All right, hello everybody, and welcome to another edition of Agent Mastermind. I am here with the man, the myth, and the legend, Mr. Scotty Hudspeth. How you doing, Buzz?
I'm doing amazing. Always glad to be here. An amazing class. New link, new class, new people. Of course, we have some people that are joining us for the first time, which I appreciate that. And we have some people that have been with us for all year long. So got a great class plan for you. If you haven't seen this, you're in for a real treat. This is something you can take away and use today. There's no cost, of course, to anything that we do here. And just some amazing stuff that Google provides, and I'm going to show you how to do a lot of stuff in Google Docs. So
I'll tell you, I'm excited about this, and for you all that are kind of multitasking right now, check out your screens, lock your doors, turn your cell phones off, put any other things that you're working on aside right now because you do not want to miss a single thing here. With Google and the tools that are available, there's so many tools that are available for us. We tend to go through these things a little bit quickly, and it's very difficult for us to show something and then go backwards because what will happen is somebody's going to be looking at the wrong screen or looking at multitasking and not watching what's happening. Here's something interesting. Oh, can you go back for us? Well, we've got a lot of material to cover today, folks, so we're not going to be able to go backward. We will make the PowerPoint and recording available. All you have to do to get access to today's recording and PowerPoint is contact the loan professional who invited you today. They'll get you access to it. But I highly, highly recommend that you lock your door, turn your cell phone off, close all your other windows that are open on your computer right now. Focus on what's going to be presented here because there's a lot of great tools. And I'll tell you, you can really generate a much greater relationship just by using some of the tools in here, like Scotty's going to cover sellers reports and ways to keep people interested, but using free tools, and it'll make you the most organized agent out there. And let's face it, if you can organize, you can do your job a lot more effectively. So I highly recommend you turn off those any other screens you've got open and pay great attention to what Scotty's going to be covering because this is it's going to go fast, but it's some stuff that you can an hour later, you can have your own seller's report just like Scotty's going to show you.
No question. So a couple weeks ago we did Gmail, so we all should be, I congratulate everybody that literally cleared, Paul, I think the most I've seen was 18,000 emails that they archived.
Mm-hmm.
It was some serious stuff. So congratulations to removing the clutter from your plate. That is an amazing task and a hard one. It's a mini heart attack for most, so congratulations there. So I'm going to finish the call, so you probably want to stick with us. I'm going to show you how to use Google Voice if you don't already use it, and a little ninja trick to make your clients feel special when they call you if they get your voicemail. And this you're not going to want to miss that. So, okay, so why is it doing that there, Paul? All right, next one. So if you don't have a Google account, you do not need to have a Gmail. For some reason, if you don't have a Gmail, you don't need a Gmail to use Google Docs. You just need a Google account. So you're going to want to sign in, of course. I'm not going to go over how to actually get an account. Here's a create an email. I would highly recommend having an email, Gmail, and then it just gives you everything under the sun. So eventually you probably will convert. That's just the effect that we have on people doing our Gmail class. So that's where we're at on that. So just a little bit of housekeeping. If you have any questions, there's a little box on the right-hand side. We will do our best to answer every single question that comes in. And let's see, looks like okay. So we will go till the end till all the questions are answered. So I appreciate everybody joining us today. Question box over on the right hand side. And Gmail is safe. Just want to let you know it's an online document with real-time collaboration, which means Paul and I can be working. He's in Florida. I'm in Michigan. We can be working on the same document at the exact same time and see what each other is doing at the exact same time. So it's pretty cool stuff. I have no idea how that works. It's amazing that it even takes any more than a second to send an email. You know what I mean? When we have immediate collaboration, Paul, why does it take time to send an email? You know what I mean? It's just weird how that whole thing takes place. So anytime, anywhere, access to your work. What we're going to do is show you how to move your world, your business, into the clouds. And the reason you want to move it into the clouds is because you want to be able to access it anywhere, anytime, on your phone, Droid, iPad, computer, somebody else's computer, it doesn't matter, but you never want to have to go back to the office to get a document, ever. Especially a sales agreement. If you need to write a sales agreement, let's just write one right now, right? Let's print one out from home or from wherever we're at. Maybe you're using an online document system where you can sign it right on your iPad. We'll get into that in another class, but this is moving your world into the cloud so you have everything you need 24/7, no matter where you're at, okay? Works across all operating systems. I've never had any complaints with Google Docs not working on any sort of different format, like browsers or Chrome or Firefox or Internet Explorer. I've never had any issues with that at all. Files are stored in Google Docs are always accessible from anywhere and active online 24/7. In fact, as soon as you type something, it like saves it automatically, so you really never have to worry about saving it. Secure access controls. Administrators can manage file sharing, permissions, system-wide, and document owners can share and revoke file access. So you can share a document, I'm going to show you how to do this, with somebody and allow them to just view it or allow them to edit and view it, okay? So, ways to use Google Docs. Now, what I want you to think about is what are you doing right now to solidify a listing? What are you doing to keep a listing on a weekly basis to let them know that, hey, I'm still here, I'm still your agent, I'm still working for you, I'm still getting results, it's just not a sales agreement, right? Because here's the big thing. Do you find yourself hating to call your sellers once a week, as you know you should, but don't because you have nothing but bad news, thus losing listings and future referrals because you're not making that call?
Or not just bad news, just nothing at all to report. I mean, well, nothing happened really. I got a couple of hits or a lead, but nothing really. I mean, there's always some reason to call the seller, and what Scotty's going to show you is give you that reason, and that's what I said at the beginning. What I've seen this presentation, and I know what Scott does with these Google Docs and things like that. I've helped him put them together and helped Vicky with it. Guys, you having that reason and staying in front of the seller all the time, boy, that relationship, it just goes so much deeper than you ever really thought possible. And we talk about all the time referral business, referral business, referral business. It's, you know, that's the difference between being on a roller coaster as a real estate agent and not being on a roller coaster is generating referral business. Each time you get a deal, that person gives you 2 or 3 or 4 more referrals. That's how you keep that roller coaster going uphill as opposed to ever going downhill. And this gives you that reason to deepen those relationships and solidify those referrals.
Absolutely. Now, here's the thing. What if I help the seller come to realize that if there's an issue, it's their fault and that it's price related and not related to your efforts or actions? Let me ask you something. If you're not calling the seller on a weekly basis, what do you think they're sitting at home doing? Are they sitting at home going, I love our agent, she's so cool, she's doing such a good job, she's really working her butt off? I mean, do you think that's what they're saying? Or are they saying, man, you know what, I knew this was too good to be true. She told me all this stuff she was going to do. She told me she was going to sell her house. And I keep saying she. I don't know why. Isn't it that 80% of agents are female? And I'm not being like prejudiced here or anything like that. But I just, okay, so he, she, either one works, right? I'm not targeting either one. But so what if, I mean, so are they sitting there going, you know, God, you know what, I just wish she would call us and tell us what's going on? That's where this comes in, what I'm going to share with you. So let's just jump right into this. So listing report to help you get more leads. So weekly property reporting using Google Docs. If you go to, I don't know if this works or not, and I should have tested that before. I think it does. Save as favorite on their computer. So when you get there, this is going to be a weekly listing report for them if they decide to go with you. I'm going to show you, this is something you want to write down. Of course, you'll get the PowerPoint eventually. But QtePDF.com, it allows you to print anything on your computer as a PDF. So if you never, ever, ever have to fax anything again, you can just email it, okay? Share with your sellers automatically when updated. So like when you update something on their weekly listing report, guess what? They get notified on it. So when you update that, you got 10 more hits on Craigslist, maybe you got 10 more hits on Facebook, and you go in there and update it. Within 15 minutes, they're getting an email saying that your weekly listing report at 123 Test Drive has been updated, okay? Set them up so they receive updates automatically from you when updated, and then email a report if needed using QtePDF. If they just refuse to go techie on you and they just don't have an email or whatever, You can always somehow print it and fax it to them, I guess, if you had to print the report. But some way, shape, or form, this should be part of your life to get them a weekly listing report to show them that you're doing your job and setting the expectations for building that relationship and saying, hey, I'm going to stay up to date with you. I'm going to keep you up to date because my business is 100% based on referrals, and the better I do for you, the more referrals I would expect from your friends, family, coworkers, right? That's what it's all about. So here's what one looks like. I'm going to go live here in just a second. So what if your weekly listing report, look, and there's a little video on how to set this up, but it had your name, best number to reach you, add copy, assistant contact number, you had an assistant, the listed price that you decided to go with, which is $179. We'll just use $179 here. Here's the text code of your property. And if you want to text like what a demo looks like, you can just text 1 to 79564. Here's your website link that I've created for you. Now think about, Paul, honestly, you could use this right here as your listing presentation. You know what I'm saying?
As part of it, sure. Go in there and say, okay, here's
what I've done for you,
and start off with a presentation like that. Hey, we've talked a lot about results and advanced type things on this program or on the Agent Mastermind class before. But what if you started your listing presentation not with, here's where I've got your site listed and the sites, and what I'm going to do each week that, if you list with me, every week I'm going to get in touch with you and I'm going to show you how many hits we got off of the text for information code. I'm going to show you how many views we got on our LinkedIn video, and I'm going to talk to you about how many hits we got off or referrals I got off of Craigslist ads, and I'm going to show you a report of the feedback from other buyers agents that have shown your listing while I was away.
Right.
What if you started off your presentation showing them all the things that you're going to do on a week-to-week basis to keep them informed of what's going on with their home sale?
Right. Well, think about this.
Talk about impressive.
Oh, man, think about if you started out with this. Like, say, you know what, it's one thing to like, have you choose me as a real estate agent, but it's another thing to show you what I'm going to do after you choose me. So I'm going to start with that, if you don't mind, Mr. Seller, and to show you, if you choose me, what you're going to get on a weekly basis. So let me just go into that really quick. So a couple things I've already set up for you is, one, a text code for your property. So when someone texts for information on your property, they're going to get instant information, which we're in an instant information society. That means that we give them to them. They want to know about the house. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. They want to see the house. Here's a website link of the website that I created for you. We'll go over that a little bit later. YouTube link. I created a YouTube for you so that it's the third largest social media site on planet Earth. So I just think we should be there. So if for some reason somebody's searching Google and I put in the right, there's certain words that I can put in YouTube that maybe help us come up on the first page of Google. And I'm not going to talk about that now, but there's just certain things that I do. Here's the blog link, back page. We're going to market the back page in Craigslist and Facebook page. I have a special Facebook page that I'm going to put your listing on and get a bunch of likes. All showing activity, number of showings, Facebook from buyers and agents, feedback from previews of other agents, number of texts, how many people text for information on your property. And let me just go live and show you this really quick. So so Google Docs, I'm going to just put in here weekly. So this is inside, and I'm going to go over this intensely here. Weekly listing report. 789. Where is it? There it is. Weekly listing report 789. So if I open, whoops, that's not it. Sorry guys. What the heck? I opened this last night.
While you're doing that, a lot of people are asking. Yes, guys, we are going to provide that template for you. We will provide that template for you. All you got to do is contact the loan professional who sponsored you on today's call, and they'll have access to the content, the PowerPoint presentation, as well as the template that you just saw as the seller's report. So yeah, just contact the loan professional who invited you, and they'll give you access to that.
Absolutely. So this, and here's the cool part. You're not going to have to type in any of this stuff. We're going to give you being that this is in the clouds, this is an Excel spreadsheet. This, when I first started this, was 100% blank. I just made a couple black lines so I could really quickly see what I wanted to see, and it's a little easier to see. Like if I just had all text, it's just harder to see, so I broke it up a little bit. But you'll notice that And what I'm going to do is I'm going to download this, and I already have this available for you. You can upload it right into your Google Docs, and it'll look just exactly the way it is right now in my Google Docs, okay? So, and I'm going to show you where, like a lot of people go, where do I get these numbers, Scott? Like, where do I get that, how many people hit me on Facebook and LinkedIn and Craigslist and Wow and Zillow and Trulia and Hotpads and Realtor.com and all this stuff? Where do I get these numbers to show them? A lot of you might have it already of what's coming in and hits that's coming in, but this is a great way to share with them. So here's where I added some stuff. I searched the web and go, okay, what other stuff would a seller want to know about that would help you as an agent to help them become realistic on their price, I guess is the best way to say it. So how many calls on the property, how many emails on the property, changes in MLS on competition, pendings, price reduction and sales, number of brochures taken from the box, open house activity or lack of, and then here's the big one, and I highlighted it here, other agents' reports when I call them. So, Mr. Sill, I just want to let you know that I'm going to keep little notes here, and I'm going to call each agent that has a listing similar to yours, and if I were you as an agent, I would probably drive by those similar listings that are in the neighborhood to show them what they're competing against. You might already do that, so congratulations, I applaud you for that. But if they know what they're up against, and then you update them on a weekly or monthly or every other week basis on what the competition is doing, whether they're, they got a pending or they actually sold or whatever it is, that stuff is important for you in that you can now tell the seller, remember when we were talking about and I said your competition's at 140 and you got your house listed at 150, 155, whatever it is, that's where you need to be to start getting more activity because people are coming in at the 140, but when they see your house at 155, they're going, okay, there's 3 other options here similar that I can go into and buy and not have to spend 15 grand. It's 15 grand less. So obviously that's where people are going to go, right? And everybody wants a deal. So we're going to have a class on that, by the way, about coupons and stuff like that. But for now, this is an Excel spreadsheet that's in the cloud. So now check this out. So a couple things. If you were to set this up and go, all right, I want to know as a seller, because remember, I'm going to share it first. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to share this. And right now I'm going to share with Paul at The Marketing Animals. There's his email, and I'm going to go, he can edit this because he's my partner, or he can just view it. So I'm going to choose one or the other. If it's just a seller, you probably just want them to view it, so you check they can view, but they can't edit, right? So I'm going to let Paul edit it because he's my partner. I'm going to add a little message that I'm sending this to Paul. Hey, let me know if you have any questions on this weekly report, and do me a favor, can you call the competition on a weekly basis and report back. All right, so I'm going to send him a little personal message. I'm going to share it with him. He can edit it, and then I'm going to click share and save, okay? So within a couple minutes, if not sooner, Paul's going to get an email, and Paul's going to email saying, hey, Scott Hudspeth shared the document, weekly listing report for 127 Chicago Avenue, all right? He's going to open that up and go, oh, this is cool, okay. He's going to be able to see exactly what I'm seeing here, and within a couple minutes, it's going to show me that Paul is actually inside this document. Now, see, he just highlighted it. See where it says Paul right there? Right down here, it says Paul. Now, when Paul types, it's going to immediately, within a couple seconds, show that he typed something inside this box right here, if he typed something. So here's the cool part. So Paul, here's what I want you to do. And I'm pretending like I got Paul on the phone. I'm going to say, Paul, see the little tools tab in the top right or top left of your screen there? What you're going to do is you're going to click on Tools tab. See how I just put, this is super cool right there? So Paul just typed that. And it's like instant, okay? So you're going to click on the Tools tab, and you're going to click Notification Rules, all right? And you're going to check the box that says any changes are made, and you're going to check email me right away. Now, Paul, I know that you're going to want to be notified on a weekly basis, but this is going to pretty much give you, every time I update anything within this form, it's going to send you an email saying your weekly listing report at 127 Chicago Avenue has been updated, and it'll actually show you and highlight the links that were updated inside your weekly listing report. So, for example, if I go email right away and it's done, so now I get notified anytime Paul makes a change, within, I think it takes 15 minutes, it waits for you to make all your changes. and then it sends you an email saying so-and-so has updated the form at 123 or 127 Chicago Avenue. The cool part is it'll actually show which part of this form was highlighted, so I don't have to guess, okay, which one did he highlight? Which one did he change? So if I change this one right here and I go, okay, we have 25 hits on the blog post, and on back page we got 17 hits this week. And on Trulia, man, we knocked it out of the park. We had 100 hits on Trulia. I don't know what was the hot button that week. And so when Paul gets an email with this updated and he changed that Tools tab, notification rules, it's going to show that I updated these 3 columns right here, and everything else is going to be the same. All right? Crazy stuff, right? All right, so let's go back to this PowerPoint, and I'll keep moving here, and then we'll go back into this in just a second. So, sharing the document. Now, I have step-by-step on how to do everything. Now, I just shared you how to share the document, which is click the share button, and then down here you're going to be able that you can edit or view only, whichever you want that person to do that you're sharing it with. You're going to add a person. You're going to add their email right here, step 1. Step 2, you're going to choose where they can edit or view it. Step 3 is add a personal message. You don't have to. It's just always nice if it's somebody that's getting something they have no idea what it is. And then you want to share and save, okay? Pretty easy stuff. Here's another idea that say you have buyer leads and you have a buyer's agent. You're like, okay, I need you as a buyer's agent because you're running around with buyers. You're showing them homes. I need you to keep me updated on what's going on. And obviously that buyer's agent's going to probably have a lender relationship, and that together you guys can share this document and keep updated on the date that you met the buyer, the client's name, referred by, of course that'd be you, and email address, phone number, credit was pulled, credit repair, they're approved, they're assigned to an LO, the thank you was sent, comments and updates. Maybe we need to do some credit repair. Maybe we schedule the closing. Maybe whatever it is. You can edit these things as much or as little as you want and have them as basic or as complex as you want. And you can share it with as many people as I think you want. And I think I've never had a problem with the number, but I hear that it gets a little sketchy after 25, okay? I don't know if you've had any complaints on that at all, Paul, on the number of people they can share with. But if you need to share with 25, we probably should find another platform. All right, so setting the expectations. This is so big, and Vicki, my partner, taught me this. It's like you need to let your buyers and sellers and whoever you're working with, give them expectations. Here's what I'm going to do for you, which is a strong belief that something will happen or be the case in the future. So you know, and you've worked with sellers before in the past, you know that they're going to ask you these top 10 questions. They got these top 10 concerns. Why not address them right up front when you meet with them so they can relax and know that, man, this person's really on the ball. She answered all our questions. We can't think of any. And a belief that someone will or should achieve something, okay, which is the sale of their home, right? So I'm going to do all this stuff, and the questions that took place, or the questions you might have that I get the most of are number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. And the goal is to answer all your questions and always be available for you, but also keep you updated on a weekly basis. All right? So expectations is the root of all heartache. How do you control what the buyer or seller expects from you? Set the expectations up front, right? Put your system in place that will guarantee that you meet them and exceed them. We always want to under-promise and over-deliver 24/7. If you have to say something that you don't know if you can adhere to, that could be a serious problem and cause you failure, right? So you always want to under-promise, over-deliver. For example, let me just give you one. If I say to a real estate agent, hey, I will call you back today, and I don't call them back today, I've already lost the trust, and they go, okay, God, I wonder what he's going to tell me next and what he's not going to come through with. But if I know I'm going to call them back today, and I go, hey, I'll give you a call first thing tomorrow morning, I look forward to talking to you, I got the rest of my day is filled up. They expect me to call tomorrow morning, but if I call today, guess what? They're like, oh, man, he took time out of his day, he had a really busy day, and he called me today knowing that he wasn't supposed to call me till tomorrow. Man, that's pretty cool. It's just a little twist of, I mean, a lot of people think, okay, I got to tell the seller exactly what they want to hear. Well, that's okay, but just make sure you can adhere to what you're going to tell them, okay? Provide trust, surprise, satisfaction. That provides huge surprise. I don't know how many times I get a buyer that calls me, or I get a real estate agent that calls me and says, hey, man, give me a couple hours, I'll call you right back. And within 10 minutes, I call them back. They're like, whoa, that was quick. That's a surprise. It's unexpected. They now trust me and go, man, okay, if he tells me 2 hours, I know it's going to be sooner, but he has but I know that if it takes 2 hours, that's okay because he told me 2 hours. Satisfaction and respect equals 100% referral based. I'm telling you guys, this is so, so important, okay? So what if you had a builder that you were working with, and they had a big plat, and I know that there's a ton of these out there, and they had 10, 15, 20 homes. Why not set up a Google Doc that had, let me just go into this really quick. So let's go into Google Docs right here. So when you log into Google, you have all these options up here, and I love the way Google has made, like, it's so clean. When you go to Google, all you see is Google, and you have a couple options at the top. One's YouTube, you got news, you got Gmail, you got Play, you got Maps, Images, Search. I use pretty much all of these. You got your calendar, of course, which syncs to everything. Here's what they actually changed it to Drive. I don't know really why. I don't know what the meaning behind it, but they changed it to Google Drive, okay? So you click on Google Drive. And if you've never used this, it's going to be totally blank. And over on the left, you have My Drive. You have Shared With. So anytime you share a document with somebody, like I shared with Paul, so if I click on Shared With, it'll show somewhere in here that I shared the weekly listener report with Paul. Where is it at here, budget? Somewhere in here it's going to show that I shared that with Paul. I'm not going to look for it right now. And then I have the starred ones. So the most important ones I do, I star them, just so I keep a list of my starred Google Docs. Those are the most important. And then I have the most recent, which, of course, weekly listener report. And then I have more, so that I have activity, offline documents, and you can go offline with them, all items, trash, of course, and then owner type and all that stuff. And then download. If you want to, and I'm not going to go into this today, you can actually have Google Drive literally take every document you have on your desktop and pull it into your Google Drive account automatically. It's pretty cool. Kind of like Dropbox. I'm sure you've heard about Dropbox. Kind of stores everything in the clouds. I would highly recommend, if your computer's on the brink or you ever think that you might lose something and you want to make sure you never lose anything, download Google Drive and have it just upload every single Word, PDF, PowerPoint, Present, whatever you have into your Google Drive account so you never, ever, ever lose it. If I was to lose my computer right now, it really doesn't matter to me, although I got to go buy a new one, but I don't lose any documents because 100% of what I have is in the cloud available. So I go in, I download my Google Drive, boom, guess what? I have everything back just the way it was.
Now, Scott, is there a storage limit to how much? I mean, what's the limit on the free? Is there an upgrade that you can do? I know that you can put a lot in here, but what's the limits if you know off your hand?
Great question. If you look at the very bottom, down here at the bottom, it says 26.2 gig of 30 gigs. So I'm getting close to my storage limit with my Google Docs and my emails and stuff.
Okay.
But see where it says Manage?
Yeah.
If I click on Manage, it's going to open up and it's going to go 20 gig is cost me. Now get this. This is by far the cheapest storage online, period. For $5, I can get 20 gig, which I have right now. Yeah, I know. It's not 5 per month. It's 5 per year.
For the whole year to get
For
20
the whole
gig.
Year, okay?
Okay.
20 gig. Now here's the thing. With Gmail and Google Docs, they give you 7 gig free, so they don't take that away from you. You'll notice that in Gmail it shows down here it says 26 of 30. So I had 5 or 5 or 7. I don't know what it gives you free, and they added 20 to it. So I have 30.1 gig total, which I'm going to have to manage pretty soon and add some more. But so I get 5 more gig for $249 a month, or 100 gig for what was it, $60 a year?
Yeah.
$60 a year, up to 16 terabyte available if you need more storage. There's some crazy stuff.
And that's what David's is saying. Right, it hits it right on the head. It's cheaper than buying a flash drive.
It's cheaper than buying a flash drive, and it's web-based, absolutely.
And it's in the clouds. You can't drop the cloud into the water.
Yes, nope. Not yet. Well, they're working on it, but
yeah.
Yeah. So that's the storage thing. So you never ever have to. This right here will probably last most people, guys. I got 100,000 emails. I never delete an email ever. So I mean, I have I think probably over 100. I probably have close to 200,000 emails. I never delete one because the search criteria, the algorithm right here that I can search every single thing I've ever sent or received from anybody, which is kind of nice to have. It's a database. Plus, it just keeps all my contacts up to date, and it just never lose a message, right? Now, could I go and delete all those? I could probably delete all of them and be okay, but why? I don't need to. So cheap. right? Content is king, right? All right, so Builder. So I'm going to share with you guys a couple listings, then we're going to go into Google Drive and just kind of add a new document, play around with it a little bit. I have some example letters and emails you can send to your sellers showing them that you now have this in place and how to use that, or it'd be a great conversation piece. It'd be a great reason to stop by and visit with your sellers if you want to just kind of get to know them. So if you go to budyurl.com, I'm just going to give this to you. It's budyurl.com/seller letters. All right, budyurl.com/seller letters. And here's the, I don't know why I put this up here, but I said, "Dear seller, please, please, please accept my low ball bid for your lovely property. Yours truly, home buyer." I love that. That's good. So, all right. So let me go back to slideshow, play it from right here. All right, so you click on your drive, you click on create. Let's just go live with this and play around with it a little bit and show you what the power of this is. So when you're in Google Drive, this is what it looks like. You're going to click on the create button, okay? And actually, before I do this, I'm going to show you what you have available. Where's my little cheat sheet right here? Okay, so let me just go, let's pull this one up here. So here's what you have available. You have a document, which is a Word document, no different than a Word document. I have a presentation, which right here is presentation, so that is a PowerPoint presentation. I can literally upload the PowerPoint. In fact, I did it. I uploaded a PowerPoint presentation, and I can actually present it inside Google Docs while it's on the web, okay?
From the clouds.
From the clouds, exactly. Spreadsheet is an Excel spreadsheet, which is the weekly listing report that we just showed you, so any kind of Excel spreadsheet. Form is a template form. There's a million different forms in there. It's pretty cool.
Guys, just so you know, Forms is one of my favorite. I probably use Form in Google Drive or Google Docs more than anything else, just because I do a lot of squeeze forms. I create Craigslist ads where I'm trying to squeeze information or generate, trying to grow the database, trying to create leads and referrals. So I use Forms a lot, and what's cool about Forms is you simply create it yourself. You can make them required or unrequired fields, and then what's great about it is I can now take that form, I can put it with a template that they give me. I think there's 97 different templates you can choose from, and make it look like anything, say anything I want on it, and then I can also embed it into other websites and things like that. It's really, really easy to use.
Let me just show you what Paul's talking about. So, when you visit a website and it says enter your name, so like first name or full name. So all I did to get to this point is click on Forms, and then I go help text. You don't need anything there, and then it's just a text box, or you have all these different choices. You got to play with this, and then I click done. All right, and you can make it a required field. So there's the full name. Here's my second one. Sorry, this is all white, but I edit this and I go, all right, I want your email address. All right, and I want that. That is just a text box. I want to make that a required field. That's done. I'm going to edit this one, and I'm going to make this a required field. So you have to give me your name. You have to give me your email address, okay? And then I want to create one more that has your phone number. So I go, see this duplicate right here? There's a delete, duplicate, and then I go, all right, I want your phone number. Let's see, phone number, and I want that a required field. Done. So I am done with this form. The form is free list of foreclosures in your area. All right. Let me know. Oh, maybe we'll add one that says zip code. All right. Or maybe I want one that says city, and I can add different options like multiple choice. So I can have Kalamazoo. I can have Galesburg. I can have Plainwell. So they can choose what city, and then I click done. So now I just choose that, or I can make it so that it is a drop-down or a choose from a list. Done. So now they can choose Kalamazoo, Galesburg, Plainwell. You can put as many cities as, I'm telling you, this thing is unlimited what you can do with this thing. Free list of foreclosure area. So then I go save. And then down at the very bottom, see this little link down here? There's other ways to get there, but you can share the form, email this form, but this is what the form looks like. Free list of foreclosures. Full name, and I got email address, phone number, and then the city and state. So if I fill this in, check this out. I'm going to fill in my full name is Scott, email is Scott@US, my phone number is 269-555-1212, and I want foreclosures in Kalamazoo area, and I want to click submit. So you could even edit the thank you response here. Now check this out. If I go back into my Google Docs, here's a free list of foreclosures in your area. I click on it. Here's my information. Automatically put in a nice Excel spreadsheet. So as the leads come in, I have them already, and it shows when it came in, the time that it came in, and then my information. To get back to the form, all I do is click on Form, go live, edit form if I want to add more fields, but here's the go live form. Now here's the other cool part, and I know I'm going fast, but this isn't really what I want to cover. So if I click on this, then I go to Form and I click Edit Form. Here's a couple. See these? Where's the templates at? See this where it says Theme Plain right here?
Mm-hmm.
If I click on this, there's a million different themes I can choose from.
Or 97.
Or 97. Or 97. A million. A million 97.
A million 97.
Just say time is of the essence, right? So I want to click Save. Now my form looks like a clock that is apply. There's the Apply button. So now if I go look at my form, it has a clock attached to it with the same information. Pretty cool, right?
And somebody's asking, how do you turn that into a Craigslist ad? Well, if you go back to where you've got the editable right there on under go to Form.
Let me just speed it up a little bit. Yeah, Form, Edit.
Nope.
Oh, sorry.
Go back one.
I know what you're talking about.
Go to Form, and then embed Form in a web page.
Right there,
So if you go to embed form in a web page, it gives you an iframe HTML code. If you paste that code in the text box of a Craigslist ad, you can HTML code in a Craigslist ad. If you paste it in there, it actually shows you what the backside. It's the picture basically. So what you're doing is you're taking your form and embedding that form in your Craigslist ad just from that one button. Very, very easy to do. And it is a live form. When people click on it, it will take them to the live form, and they'll be filling out your form and adding themselves to your spreadsheet.
Correct.
You cannot embed things in a Facebook page. If you're going to do that same kind of thing, you're talking about building tabs, and that's a whole other class that we can get into.
And we will. We'll have fun with that. So you could actually take that and add it to one of your business page tabs in Facebook, and have an opt-in form with a video above saying, hey, I'm out here looking at all these foreclosures. I know there's a million of them, so just kind of to narrow it down a little bit, just put in your information below. Tell me what zip code you're looking for, and maybe put all your zip codes in there, and I will rush you out a list of foreclosures in that area that meet your criteria. You could have 3-bedroom, 2-bath, blah, 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 blah. Let me just show you a list of, let me just show you a free list of foreclosures. Let me show you the form that I did. Form, let's see, go live. So here's one that I did, if it comes up still. So it says full name, email address, phone number, area or city, maximum price, type of home, single family condo, number of bedrooms, number of bathrooms, water, pool or land, foreclosures. Yes, I only want foreclosures, or no, show me more. Other comments, and that's it. So there's a million different, you could add all kinds of stuff. So that's one of the forms that I did, okay? Pretty crazy stuff, right? All right, so if you want to get started with Google Docs, click on the Drive button, click on Create, and then you got Documents, Presentations, Spreadsheets. So like we're doing a spreadsheet. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to click this. I'm going to give you, if you go to Sales Letters, one of the things I gave you was the Excel spreadsheet that I shared with you on Weekly Listing Report 897 Test Drive. So you're going to click this little button right here. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. So I'm going to actually go into here. Now get this. This is another exciting part. Say you have this all done, you uploaded it, and you're like, okay, I want another property. I don't want to have to re-upload it again. Check this out. See the file button, and if you're multitasking, watch this.
Yeah, this is a part that you, again, guys, watch the screen right now. You do not want to miss this part because this is cool, and it'll save your life.
So you got this all the way you want it. You got all the codes. You got all the questions. You got everything the way you want it. You're like, okay, now I have another listing to go to. I want this for the new listing. So you click on File, make a copy, and you call it whatever the address is. So it's Weekly Listing Report for, let's just call this Paul Baxter's home, okay? Click OK. Gives it just a couple seconds, and guess what? I now have Weekly Listing Report, Paul Baxter's home. Nothing changed. It's identical. Now all I do is go in here, change the price, change the text code, change the link to the website, change the YouTube channel, and I'm all zeroed out because I haven't marketed this property yet, right? And I'm ready to go. So what you're going to do if you want to, I'm going to actually take this one and I'm going to, if you want to export this, you click on File, Publish to the Web, or Email Collaborators, or Download As. So I'm going to click Download As. don't let me forget about the Publish to the Web part. That's really cool. So Publish As.
Download
Excel.
as.
Download as Microsoft Excel. I'm going to download it. It's going to download to my computer right down there. So now I'm going to close all this out, and you're going to get it. So you're going to get it, and you just got this from me. You just downloaded the one I shared with you at 789. You're going to click this little upload button, and you're going to go File, and you're going to go. I'm going to go All My Files. Let's see, where's it at? Weekly List Report, PowerPoint. Let's see, where's it at? Darn Max here. Let's see, where is it at? XLS. Just probably locked up my computer. No, there we go. Downloads. Whoops. Okay, so Weekly Listing Report, PowerPoint. Here it is. Nope. Weekly Listing.
That's it right there. That's it.
Right there. So you're going to get it and upload it. So I'm going to upload it. It's going to upload, and here's a little thing. You see the Settings tab right here? You just want to convert upload files to Google Docs format. That's what you want to have checked, okay? See that? Within a couple seconds, you're going to see it up here. So I have 2 of them now. And you're going to open it up, and guess what? It is automatically done for you, everything in place.
I hope everybody was watching just now, because Scott just showed you when you contact the loan professional after today's presentation and say, hey, I'd love to get a copy of that template Scotty was showing for my listing report. How do I get it into my Google Docs? Scotty was just showing you exactly how you do that. You download it to your computer, and then when you go to Google Docs, if you could hover over that button again, just next to Create is Upload. So you'll click Upload, and you'll navigate to where you've downloaded that file that we've provided for you, or that your loan professional has provided for you, and you'll simply upload it into your Docs. Now you've got the ability to edit it, rename it, make it your own, make it one for your favorite loan, your favorite seller or whoever you're working with if you want to test it out. But that's how you get it.
All right. So next I want to cover really quickly is folders. So say I have Paul's and I have 897, I have 127. So if I go create and I want to keep these in the folder with all my listings because I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to lose track of all this. So I click create and I click folder. And the name of the folder is my listings. And it could be my buyers, my builders, my FSBOs, anything you want to store as documents inside. It doesn't matter what type of document it is. You can put that document inside that folder, okay? So if it's a Word document, Excel spreadsheet, PowerPoint, whatever it is, you can store it inside this folder. So my listings, click create. Now you're going to have a Google Drive with my listings in there. I'm just going to go back to here, my drive. Oops. Excuse me. Come on. So underneath it says my listings. So you just go down to my listings. See it right there? This is my listings. So now if I want to, I can go, I want to check this one, I want to check this one, and I want to check, where's my other listing? So, okay, so I have weekly listing report 127, I have Paul Baxter's, and I want to move them into my listing folder, okay? So check. This little thing pops up here. Click on more, and you're going to organize, okay? See that? I'm going to organize. Where do you want to organize them to? Well, I want to put them into my listing folder. So that is right there. And you can't see the box, but it's there. You check the box, and you click move. All right, boom, it's gone. So now if I click on my listings, guess what's just there? That's all I see are my listing weekly reports. All right? And the cool part is you can share a folder. Well, that's really cool. So you can share the whole folder. You can share just the individual documents, which, the document would be shared with the seller. The folder would be shared with your assistant, okay? Pretty crazy,
Awesome.
Right?
Very easy. Hey, Scott, do you know in Google Drive, the Excel, the spreadsheet stuff that it has, does it allow you to do special formulas? Pablo came up with that question. It's a great question by Pablo, and it's one of the few. We've had some really good questions, but I've been able to cover most of them on the backside here. That one came up, and boy, I just don't know.
Yeah, like if I wanted to add 100 and I wanted to add 100 and I wanted to add 50. So you got A1, 2, and 3. So equals, I think, and then you would have, whoops. So then the total of those, do you see how that pops up?
Yeah. So yeah, you can do
So,
formulas in
yeah,
there.
absolutely. Yep. So this equals, and then you just click on these different boxes. And so click, and then I would take Control. Oops, I click Shift. So I'm going to add those. So see how it says A, so all those. And then it's going to show you what that equals if you hit Return, which it didn't work. So, but yeah, that's how you would build the. So A1
So the
plus
short answer for Pablo, yes, you can do formulas
plus.
in the Google Drive, and Bill, yeah, you could use Google Drive in place of. Absolutely, that was a great question, Pablo. That's something I never even considered until you brought that up, and it just makes sense. You know, if I'm using a seller's report and I'm showing them accumulative hits from different websites and
Yeah.
different marketing avenues, I may want
Yep.
to add a formula that shows what a total website hits or something like that.
Yeah, so you could make this equal all of these hits. You could make this go, and then you would just come up here and go, all right, I want that box to equal all of these hits together and say, okay, we're at 174, and every time something changed, that would change as well.
Hey, Scotty,
Absolutely.
are all your Google Docs, all the stuff that you have in Drive, is it viewable on your iPad?
It is 100% viewable on my iPad, iPhone, and Android.
So, yeah, you could actually do a PowerPoint presentation on your iPad now.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So and here's I don't have my yes I do. I have my iPad with me. One second. Yes. So I think it's called the Share Flow. See if I have. Okay, so it is called the one that is great for PowerPoints on the iPad is called Slide Shark.
Slide Shark. Okay, I've used Slide Shark before on a couple of other things. I thought you were going to say Slide Share, and they've changed. Slide Share has changed recently to all of their stuff. Any of the good stuff that Slide Share offers is now part of their paid version. Any of the free stuff has pretty much gone away on Slide Share. So the Slide Shark, is this a free application?
You know what? I think it was a small fee.
$2.99 to own it or something like that.
It's really, really cheap, but man, it is amazing. All the PowerPoint slides you upload to it are identical. Nothing changes. You got your pop-ups. You got as you go along, an amazing, amazing software. It's a one-time fee. Yeah, it's still really cool.
And somebody's asking about your Droid tablets. On the Droid tablet, guys, just so you know, your Droid is powered by Google everything. So, you could realistically just log into your Google Drive and do your PowerPoint right from your Droid tablet, from your Google Drive setup area.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So, all right, cool, man. So we covered it. Whoops. Okay, I messed that up. Let me just go back to here. Okay, so we have 10 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna fly through this, and we'll do a recap the next class we do. So I'm going to cover Google Voice. You guys are gonna love this. Is everybody cool with Google Docs? Paul, did I miss anything that you think I should cover?
No, you covered all the important stuff, how to do forms, how to set up your spreadsheets, how to upload the spreadsheet template that we provide for you here today, or that your loan professional provides for you today, how to share these with your sellers once you have them up and running, and with the web if you want to do that. So I think you've covered the big parts of it. And, again, we've got the Agent Mastermind private group on Facebook. If there's something that we did not cover today that you've got a question about, a lot of our loan professionals, and from what I'm gathering from some of the guys commenting on here, from Josh and from Lou and some others, a lot of us on this call are also using Google Docs and Google Drive. So, there's some resources to tap into. Make sure that you use that Agent Mastermind as a place to ask your questions and get your answers.
Okay. And Jeff, that one I shared, the Slide Shark, it's an amazing PowerPoint slide share on your iPad. So there's been no issues whatsoever with that. It's really cool.
And Josh is also mentioning one called Keynote is a good one as well.
Okay, cool. All right, so really quickly, if you're not using Google Voice, check this out. And we'll cover this next time in a class, but all you do is go to google.com/voice, and if you don't have it set up and you're logged into Gmail, it'll say voice.
You got your caps lock on? Yeah.
Okay. So Google, yeah, that for some reason it works. So google.com/voice, and you'll see that I have a bunch of voicemails in here. You'll see that I have start. You can text from here, but here's the crazy thing about this, okay? And I'm going to walk through this really quick how to get set up with this, okay? This is, and you have to do this. This is just a must. So Google Voice is the internet-based phone forwarding service by Google. You can actually use the Google Voice voicemail rather than your AT&T or Verizon voicemail. You can have it in Google, and it emails you that you have voicemail, but it also converts it to text so you can actually see what they said without actually listening to it, okay? But there's also a phone app and stuff like that. So provides free number you can associate your other phone numbers with. You need a personal Gmail account, so you do need a Gmail account. Free email service, takes less than 5 minutes to set up. And I'm going to give you the PowerPoint to this so you can go through step by step. But what I want to do is I want to show you guys something. I don't know if you knew about this, Paul. I think you did. But if you see this context button right here, say that you have a new seller that they call you with questions, and if they get your voicemail, get this. So say my new seller is Paul Baxter. I'm going to click on contacts, and I'm going to search Paul Baxter. All right, there's Paul, right? I'm going to click on Paul, and check this. Check out what pops up. Edit Google Voice settings. So guess what? If I click on this button, it's going to open up this little thing, and it's going to allow me to record a personal message just for Paul.
Wow.
You guys copy that?
That's cool.
So Paul calls me and says, hey, Scott, I just got a couple questions for you. Give me a call back when you get a chance. The voicemail that Paul's going to hear is, hey, Paul, thanks for calling. I'm so sorry I can't take your call right now, but Paul, I will call you back at my earliest convenience as soon as I get off this other call or get out of this appointment. I appreciate you calling me, Paul, and I appreciate working with you, and I appreciate you choosing me as your real estate agent. I'll talk to you soon.
That's cool.
Is that sweet?
I did not know. I know a lot about Google Voice. I did not know it. You can make a personalized message for any and every contact coming in.
Correct. So
that's really cool. So if I've got a group of I've got 6 sellers that I'm dealing with right now. I've got all 6 of them with their own little message. So when Susie calls in, it's, hey, Susie, it was great seeing you today over at Starbucks Coffee House and talking to you about the place on 123 Easy Street. Look, if you've got any questions, feel free to leave them here. I'll be happy to call you back shortly. And again, Susie, don't forget, whenever you want to take a tour of that 123 Easy Street, you just let me know.
Absolutely, man.
Wow.
Here, I'm going to give you some ideas to get browning points with your wife or husband or kids, okay? So your contacts are in Google Docs, right? They're in your contacts. Go to your wife or your kids and create a personal message for them for when they call. So when my wife calls, it's like, hey, wifey, how you doing? Thanks for calling me. I know I'm sorry I'm not answering your call like I never do, blah, blah, whatever. I look forward to seeing you tonight. Love you, bye, whatever. So like it's a direct message to your significant other or your kids or your mother-in-law or mom or whatever. I mean, how cool is that if you have a personal message just for them?
For your clients, think of, somebody just said, do you have to record each one separately? And the answer to that is yes, but really, how long does it take to record a 5-10-second message that the power of that message, what the other person on the other end is going to hear, that's unmeasurable. I mean, you talk about that personal, wow, they changed their voice message just for me?
Yeah, I know, exactly. So here's all you do is you record right from here. So like record now. Record new, so it's like, all right, and it's going to allow you to, like, my greeting, continue, and then it's going to say, okay, where do you want me to call? So it actually calls you, so it would call my phone, or it would call whatever, Google Talk. You could use your speaker right on your computer, and you just remember that, and you connect, and it calls you, you say the message, and you're done. I mean, it's super simple. And then you play it to make sure that it's what you want, and then you're done. All right, so I had to share that with you just in time for the, but to get set up, we take a couple minutes here.
And so a couple people are saying that you can actually send those, you can set up groups also for a specific message for a group of your of your
Absolutely.
contacts. So
Yep.
you can do it either way. But the personal touch, that one message, that message being left specifically for me, that's
Yeah.
huge.
Like if I wanted a group right here, so if I wanted everybody in this group to have the same voicemail, I would just select all. Email. Whoops, that ain't gonna work, is it? None. Let me just try this here. Yeah. You know what? I'd have to figure out how to do the groups. I'm not sure how to do the groups. It's not letting me do that. So email group. Yeah, I'm not sure how to do the groups, but I read somewhere that you can, so I'm not sure how to do that. But yes. All right. So getting set up with this is just really simple. You just got to take the time to do it. So add contacts, call or text directly. What you do is Google Voice provides access to forwarding incoming calls to more than one number. So let me just when you go to Google Voice, it's going to walk you through the steps. It's really simple. So and then the app that you want to have in let me just go to, let's see. So it's Google Voice app for iPhone. All right. Google Voice for, so that's what it looks like for a iPhone. So you would download this and you would hook it up inside your phone. So when all your voicemails came through, they would come through this little right here, this little app right here. All right. Now here's the cool part about this. Is you can hook your phone and not use the number that it gives you, but you can use the actual, let me just show you. Click on the little settings tab right here. And then you click on voicemail. Whoops, I'm sorry, phones. And down here it's going to say activate Google voicemail on this phone, which is my cell phone. So and all you have to do is dial a number. It gives you a number to dial. You dial the number and it's automatically, so when voicemails come in, they go to your Google Voice, not your AT&T or Verizon or T-Mobile or whatever. They go to your Google Voice. Now, I don't know if you know this or not, but I had 2,600 voicemails. I've never deleted one voicemail. Okay.
You don't need to.
You don't need to. No. I mean, it's just I mean, you can, but you can also see them on your Droid. Now, for the Droid, it's, let me show you what it is here. Droid, Google Voice for Droid. VOIC for Droid. All right, so here's what it looks like. Same logo, I think, for the Droid, but it's a little different. So there's Google Voice for Droid, same thing. So it works the exact same way. All right. If you have any questions, just let us know. We'll help you. We can take pictures of our screen of the phone just to let you make sure that you're doing it right. And I hope you guys got something out of today.
I think everybody did, Scotty, even though, I mean, I know that we've got a lot of guys on the call. Some of the sponsoring loan professionals on the call use Google Voice a lot. I know Alan does. There's a couple of guys on here. And when you made that mention about setting up that individual voice message for each, I mean, the jaws, I could hear the jaws dropping and hitting the floor. Oh, wow. Good. Okay. Okay. I get it now.
Sweet. All right, man.
Somebody's asking, Pretty Wet Watley is asking, do you call out from Google Voice? I know that it charges you 10 cents every time you can make calls from Google Voice, but it charges you 10 cents every time you do.
Actually, no, it's free for the rest of 2013.
It is? Why? When I tried yesterday, it showed me it was going to be charging me 10 cents if I hit the send button. So I didn't hit send. I backed out of it, so I don't know.
I have never had that. Let me just let's see. Let me just call you.
And James is saying, can voice message go to forwarded team members? Yes, sir, they can. You can absolutely have those voice messages just like any other email forwarded to a different email address, such as your team member.
The person you are trying to reach is on the phone.
Okay, so all right, it says I'm on the phone. So it didn't charge me anything, Paul.
It didn't? Okay.
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, good deal. I like that.
The cool part is you can now here's the cool part. If you're ever at a conference where you don't have cell phone coverage but you have internet, you can text through your Google Voice internet. So like you go to, like, see you have internet. So and I do this when I'm flying. See right here it says text, right here. So you log into Google Voice, you click text, and you put in whatever number you want, 269-217-4481. That's my cell phone number. You type in your message, testing from internet. And you can send text, and you just say, this is Scotty. Because people go, man, what number are you calling me from now, you know? But you can send text messages and still communicate if you're 30,000 feet or if you don't have cell coverage but you still have internet. So it's a great way to still communicate with people. And you have your like if I was to put in Paul Baxter, it pulls from your data, your contacts inside Google Contacts. So I could send Paul a text, and he'll get it, and I just send him a text. So that's just some crazy cool stuff that you can do when you don't have cell service, but you do have internet still. All right? Crazy, huh? All right. Any other questions there, brother?
There are several coming fast and furious, guys. We are right at time. Please, if you've got these are all really great questions, and we could sit here and talk for about 4 hours about Gmail and Google Voice and all the great things that it has to offer. If you could, Scotty, can you put up the link real quick to the Facebook.com/groups/Agent Mastermind? It is a private group on Facebook. The only people who are on that group are people who have attended these Agent Mastermind calls on Tuesdays. It is a group of your peers as well as a group of the loan professionals who all take part in this. And what it is it's an exchange of ideas. It's a place to ask questions and hear the answers from your peers who are in the same position, who have maybe had the struggle that you're having right now and have come through it, and here's what they did to do it. Or perhaps you can learn some ideas of things that you didn't even know was available to be able to do and exactly how to do them. The reason I'm pointing that out now is some of these questions, please bring them over and post them on there so we can get you the answers to them. We try and get everything accomplished in an hour, but when you're talking about Gmail and Google and all of the different applications and cool things that they provide, we could sit here for a 3-4 hour class and still not cover all of the material. So please post those onto that private group. What's cool about it is what you say there stays there. You don't have to worry about people that are friends of yours seeing what you're commenting on or what your questions are, because in private groups, everything stays with, it's kind of like Vegas. What happens there stays there. If you'd like a copy of today's recording, today's PowerPoint, or the template that Scotty is sharing for the seller's report, simply contact the loan professional who is sponsoring you on today's call, and they'll be able to provide that information for you.
Yeah, James brought up a good point. And here's the thing is, being that you get emails that are voicemails, guys, this is the cool part about this. So now your voicemails are coming to your emails. You can delegate where they're where you want them to go to. For example, I have a little folder called voicemails. So like I just got a new voicemail. So every voicemail that comes in, Google Voice, Google Voice, Google Voice. So if I open this voicemail and I click on more, and I go, every email that I get or every voicemail I get from Dave, I know needs to go to processing, or I needs to go to my assistant, filter message like this. So what I do is I copy Dave Marski, that number right there, and I just copy that, and I go filter message like this. This is the cool part about it. So I don't want it to come from that because I don't want everyone to go there, but has the words, all right, that right there, create, filter, and search. So it's going to go, all right, every email or voice, you see all the Dave Marskis here, see that? Every single one from Dave Marski, see that? So I want to skip my inbox because I know I can't do anything with it, and I want to forward to my processor or my assistant. So you can automatically forward voicemails, or you can just do it, manually. Like, okay, I get a voicemail in, and the voicemail, okay, this one, hey, can you? So I just go like this. I click on it. I go, all right, I can't take care of this one. I need someone else to do it. Hey, Paul, and I do this all the time. So I put in Paul, and I say, hey, Paul, can you take care of this one? Now here's the cool part. When Paul opens this up, he gets this played message little thing right here. He can play it and listen to the voicemail and take care of the issue, whatever it is. It's pretty cool. So it's not stuck on my phone. It's actually in my computer. So I can delegate out the voicemails that I don't need to have, that I don't want to take care of or can't take care of. Make sense?
It does.
Sweet. All right, so join us at facebook.com/groups/agent mastermind, and I look forward to seeing you guys. We've got some amazing polls you're sharing with me. I'm not gonna spill the beans, but we got a cool cat coming on board. Going to show us some really cool stuff. I don't know when, but hopefully soon. And of course, we got a lot of other classes planned as well. So appreciate hanging with you guys. Appreciate you hanging with us. Paul, any final words, brother?
Guys, take the action steps. Use Google for what it's there for. It's provided as a place for you to really. You can run your entire business out of Google if you want to, but use those Google Docs and those free applications to really get in touch with and solidify and then deepen those relationships with your sellers, because the deeper your relationships with the sellers, the more opportunities for referral business. And that, we're all here for one reason, and that's to generate more business for one another. That's what it's all about, is generating more business. The Google Docs, it's a cool little gizmo that does these neat things, but the purpose behind it is to generate referral business for you. That's why you do it, is to solidify the relationship, to get those sellers to know that you are the greatest thing since sliced bread, and if they have any friends, family, or coworkers that are looking to buy, sell, they can only contact you because you're going to do things that no one else will do, and that's what you're showing them by doing this. So get out there, take the action steps. If you'd like a copy, again, contact the loan professional who invited you today. Even if you don't need a copy of the class, contact the loan professional who invited you today and thank them for bringing these classes to you. I know that it's a benefit to a lot of you guys. I know that we try to provide you great things that will help you grow your business. And as a last parting thing, I mentioned the Agent Mastermind private group on Facebook. Guys, girls, we are always looking for ideas of what you are wanting to learn about, what will help you in your businesses. If you have a class idea or something that you're interested in knowing about, please post it on that page. We're looking for your input in terms of ideas.
Excellent. Thanks so much, man. Appreciate it, brother. See you next week right here at the same time, same place. Everybody, be safe, and we will see you on the web. Take care, everybody.
The organizer